and we entertain these things. Now, my mentor Adebi, enter na mene Ahiafor, the chairman of the committee, na mene din komo no. When Joe Wise was the chairman, time na MPP wa power no hwade at the committee. Okay? When they were vetting and this MPP time, okay?
The rules, or else I'll go past you and call other people. Mr. Chairman, I think that I have to make it clear that I am not happy with the way that I am treated on this committee. Mr. Chairman, I want it on record that I never impugned ill motives to the nominee. I simply referred to scandals and sought to find out how he left the bank, so we assure ourselves that he had no role in those scandals because a vice president was held responsible and he also left as vice president. I never impugned ill motive, I never accused him, and I would like that to be on record that I am not happy about the way you have treated me on this committee.
You're not ready to ask the question, I'll move on
to my next question.
No, I've ruled you out. I'm asking another person to.
What kind of rudeness is this?
Honorable Cabo.
You see, this is when they were, they were in power. Please, let me plead with you. Ahiafor, if you cannot do the job, walk home. I just have what I know say sala cap at it war ne nim se moko. What think kwasi na oka? Somebody's asking questions. Joe Wise, when was HMS Abonsu? Omo mu fia so mo hye canopy we ase hwe omo ho. O say HMS Joe Wise na kuma nye ye the pacemaker hye ho $500,000. Parliament sika na tam dem akwasi ampanyi we. And obeka cho so papa mobra.
Whenever I say my PENDREAM TV there, I see them yopo.
Now, Kwekuba ko ye di 70 years we nyini chen Ghana kwasi asa no de te Ghana. Now, there's another story. Too much. There's some stories to be also very important. Now, story no is got to do with a year Oliver. Now, Oliver Vomewo. The last time I came on air, Mebeka Chiremu say the crusade against misinformation and disinformation are very important to me, and it should be very important to every Ghanaian now. Always should say we will have a government that will treat and help the people. Say yenya no kura system ni mo. We will get government upon government, government to go, government will come, and we will never get what we want. Because yama atrodi anima, it will be tough for us as a people to know the truth and to vote based on the truth. Inti, I am very keen in making sure say obia or spread the information bia on share the engine so a bit me derail governance and as amamuno we have to try and bring them to come tell us so because you know something, where we are able to get people to prove their statements, back it with document, facts, whether video, photos, or whatever, it also helps protect the government. It helps shaping the way we citizens, we also see how governance goes. It is a lot of people coming out with information. Information are credible, they can back her. We should be ready and willing to grab and accept it. Only when it can be verified. If the information cannot be verified, those people become enemies of the state because those information they are throwing out there, no one, people's reputation, institutional reputation, you can't people to make decisions, no. The moment perception, you can't be between trim, ding. And anytime we don't even want to create the opportunity for anybody to put something in the system that will be difficult to take out of the system. It took us about 8 years for Ghanaians to know, say, John Mahama and Kosi Dambia Dubai. It took us over 8 years for Ghanaians to know that John Mahama is a credible politician. He has more credibility than 99% of politicians in Ghana. It took us over 8 years for Ghanaians to believe, say, the ideas and the direction the NDC were taking us from 2012 was the right direction. No? It took us years for Ghanaians to believe it. We don't want to open up another avenue. Some people will throw a intro into the system to derail us. And to me, I am for people who want to put out information with facts and credible facts to support it. I don't have a problem. If you want to criticize the NDC government or the government of the day, and then you can support it with facts, whether audio, video, document, whatever. The moment you are able to back your statement with facts, I will support you. I will make sure we all go through that fact and make sure the right thing is done. But hearsay, out of maybe arrogance, or trying to be famous, or trying to get attention, if people try to malign or cook stories to lie, to destroy reputations of people we have given or entrusted, then I have a problem with you. I am not saying that nobody should criticize this government. No, this government isn't mine. This government is for all of us. We pay taxes to this government and they are supposed to work for us. We have the right to check the government, but we don't have the right to use lies to distract the government. And that is what I'm talking about. It is our facts, as a journalist, as a Ghanaian, to criticize this government constructively with your facts. I have no problems. I'll never even react to your statement because it is in the right direction for all of us to make sure the right thing is done. But when you hide behind anything to think, say, you can distract a whole nation with misinformation or disinformation. People like us, myself, my guys on my team, the rest of my team members, we will come after you and we will do it. 2 days ago or 3 days ago when I came on air, I told Ghana for say, Oliver Vomawo, sorry, if I get your second name wrong, I'm sorry. Oliver ever posting on TV so about the vetting committee or say omujisika to vet people or to endorse people. But Tanaka say the vetting committee needs to clean itself. It needs to protect its integrity. The vetting committee was put together by Parliament, which is headed by Alban Bagman, the Speaker. Meaning, when you speak or you speak ill of that vetting committee, you have spoken ill of the Speaker of Parliament because they are working to go and report to the Speaker. If you come out to speak about the committee, now say you make allegations that are very strong without any fact backing it. I was saying, or I said on my show, say this gentleman is supposed to be called to back his statement or his claims or allegations with a fact. If he's able to do that, why should we all be angry? We should be excited because that is the only way we can check the system. Inti dena me ba online me say Parliament, they need to call this guy for him to come and prove beyond reasonable doubt that parliamentarians or committees, so they are not criminals and that they are not taking bribe. And God being so good, today the chairman of Parliament, vetting committee, Mr. Ahiafor, made a statement directly and said the statement Oliver Vomawo made, it goes against the principles of Parliament. It goes against the integrity of Parliament and it goes against every single member on that committee. So he needs to come to prove to the world that committee this is simple and this is what we call accountability. This is very, very important. Right now, Parliament, I invited this man to come to Parliament, sit in front of Parliament, the vetting committee, the cameras will be on. He needs to tell us exactly where he got that information, who told him, and the evidence backing what he said, because you cannot use just hearsay to destroy the reputation of Speaker of Parliament. And Intina, when they are speaking at the vetting committee, when the nominees are questioned, they say, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman technically means that you are speaking to the Speaker of Parliament. It is very important for this guy to sit before Parliament and prove, because he's a lawyer. He fails to do that, then he's not a credible lawyer anybody should associate themselves with. Because I will never allow somebody to associate themselves with a lawyer who peddles falsehood. I will never do that. I want to make sure that if you're a lawyer, at least your integrity and protecting people's integrity should be the hallmark of you as a lawyer what you do. So the moment he's not able to do that tomorrow, so when to me improve that in front of the committee, now committee the cracker say, oh, and as some other two, you are going to get a slap or you are going to get a little bit of a notch into Goa. It will not end there. His credibility as a lawyer needs to be looked at. He should not carry himself. If I see this guy sit on another TV speaking on governance, speaking on accountability, politics, and corruption, that TV station or host will be seen as a fool because he has not been able to prove that whatever you say, you need to make sure the integrity of people, especially some of the offices or the third arm of government, which is parliament, is protected. This guy does not deserve to even stand on any platform to speak as a lawyer or as any reasonable person to contribute to the development of this nation. No discourse. We should not allow him to join any discourse until he proves to parliament tomorrow with fact evidence that at this point, this is the reason why I said what I said. In your Umbra, but there's something funny happened in parliament today. The funny thing I see with parliament and then say, when the chairman, and I would like to say this, the NDC chairman, the chairman of the vetting committee, Mr. Ahiafor, is the weakest chairman I've seen in the history of this country. I think in all the appointments the NDC made, this is the worst appointment they've made. This was never supposed to happen. With all due respect to this gentleman, with all due respect to his experience in parliament, I don't think he is carved or he has the temperament and also the boldness to be the chairman of a vetting committee. I am disappointed and I've always been disappointed in his approach to issues. He has allowed the foolish Ahiafor to get away with a lot of things. At a point, the micro minority feel that they could get their way. And sometimes you ask yourself, say, this chairman, what even actually convinced the NDC to bring Ahiafor to lead the NDC or to lead this vetting committee? Because he is not able to exert his authority on the vetting. So he allows the NPP, these rascals, the NPP side of the vetting committee, to just foolishly do what they want to do. And the issue is, it's appalling because the chairman needs to understand that this is not a place to be saying you are pleading with anybody, you are needing anybody's cooperation. Every single minute you people sit on that committee is monies that the taxpayer is paying you. So for Ahiafor, who is a defender of a pedophile, his girlfriend's ex-husband's children, that Ahiafor sent criminals to go after. Ahiafor, I will never respect that fool. If Freemason is able to, allows such people to join them, and Freemason is one of the most useless organizations in this world. Because Ahiafor as a Freemason, I know the principles of Freemason. In Virginia, their biggest office or their biggest headquarters is in Virginia. I've seen that, I've been there. But the Freemason I know with principles, with men who have integrity, Ahiafor is a twerp to be part of Freemason because he has helped a pedophile to molest 2-year-olds, 3-year-olds, and he feels proud about it. I played a video of this fool Ahiafor calling the children that his girlfriend's brother molested, put his dick in their mouth, threatening him whilst they are in court. That guy has no principles. I have a daughter and I know how parents feel when Bema to say what Ahiafor or show down nantem say o dwan bi o free eye karaga abedru eye ukurum what Jimmy girlfriend obi yire wakofa no saa nipa ne nua jeje ne kwati ato obi ba o girlfriend ne banum na wo defend nipa na odi sa bone no. Why should I respect such a fool? Because I have videos I have played, I have audios I have played of this same person threatening the parents of those children. He went further to send his law firm lawyers to go to the kids' school to go and try kidnapping the kids. I showed you pictures of the gentleman who went there. Ahiafor sent them, and one lady from Ahiafor's law firm, the General Legal Counsel, the Ahiafor was reported to General Legal Counsel. He went there, accepted, and said all that they said was true. But because our General Legal Counsel is full of criminals who don't want the right thing to be done, they told him to walk. Ahiafor is supposed to be disbarred. So when I see that stinking guy sitting on parliament committees talking, I'm like, we're a filthy man, because you don't even understand. You have no principles. And I will never, because in Kwasiade Afenyomakin, I'm making sure say Obidiayo Obibano, it can happen to my daughter. So I won't sit here for a dirty riffraff like Afenyomakin to get away with murder, to get away with these kind of things and see him as an honorable person. Ye Jimintra and as somebody like Afenyomakin is still in parliament. Ye Jimintra and a political party will make Afenyomakin the leader of a business in parliament. He's a nonsense guy, a filthy guy. He has no common sense. Intimino, when I speak, I don't just speak. I speak because some people, no make Jimmy, they are not supposed to be entertained. And I'm saying Afenyomakin should not be entertained on the committee. He has no principles. To me, he hasn't. He has none. So, Mr. Ahiafor, if you cannot do the job, please, with all due respect, walk. Let somebody who is fit and can make bold decisions sit on the panel. Because you raising your voice does not mean you are resolute or you can exert force. No, these are micro minorities. They don't matter to anybody. These people have done more worse things than any government. When the MPP were in power, you saw the foolishness we saw during the vetting. Do you think the room you are giving to these people for them to say, let's adjourn, let's go and sit, waste Ghanaians time? Do you think Oseche Mensah Bonsu Ojo, why is that criminal, will allow that to happen? He will override every nonsense and say, we are working here, we are serious here. We want to run a country. We want to run a government. You cannot let riffraffs who were given 8 years to lead this country, who foolishly fooled themselves for 8 years to be distracted us. You are working for the taxpayer. We want to vet people and listen to them. So if the micro dirty minority cannot accept, they should walk. You need to exert your authority. Every single minute on that committee is money that we are paying. It is here for. If you cannot do the job, you are weak. Walk and let us get people who can sit and make decisions to move this nation forward. I am very disappointed in the NDC. I'm disappointed in John Mahama for allowing Ahiafor to still sit on this committee. If there's a procedure the NDC can activate in parliament to make sure he's out for somebody to take over the chairmanship position during the vetting, they should do it, because Ahiafor is basically the one who is retrogressing this vetting. Because if he had exerted his authority, the distractions and the nonsense from this minority, dirty minority, it wouldn't have happened. We would have had a smooth interrogation and vetting process whereby Ghanaians will understand these nominees. But because Ahiafor, you are weak like balls. You are weak. There's nothing about you that shows that you can basically control this committee. You can't. With all due respect to the Speaker of Parliament, Ahiafor, and to the NDC, he does not need to lead the NDC on this committee again. It's a waste of time. It's a total waste of time. The process has been derailed. It is not smooth because you the chairman to take decisions. Who are you trying to please? Who are you trying to please? Democracy in itself, sometimes you have to be radical to get what you want. Who are you trying to please? These people shot your own people in the Volta region, in the other constituencies, just to hold on to power. You have power. I'm not saying kill. I'm saying exert your force. Let them understand that we gave them the opportunity. They fucked up, and that there are people here who can make decisions. Don't sit there like a 2-year-old kid and let these riffraffs who are given opportunity and fool themselves for 8 years to be sitting there and looking like they are important. What makes Afenyomakin important? What makes those people sitting there junkies important? You need to let them understand. The people out there are the people who want to hear the nominee, not you people. So if you people are going to walk. The Ghanaian taxpayer wants to hear the nominee. The NDC panel members there, they are also Ghanaians. They can pose questions. So if they are not willing to, black them out and let's move on. There's no time no day for Agege boys. John Mahama does not have time. We need to make sure things are done quickly. We need to make sure this country is moved from where it is to a better position. We don't have time to be entertaining foolishness. We have time to make sure that the things are done. The NPP foolish attitude, ignore them, Mr. Ahiafor. If you cannot do that, then just leave the seat for somebody who is willing to do that. Yes, I'm not going to mince words. With all due respect, you people are our servants. You took an oath to serve us. So we are not going to plead with you people. We are not going to beg you people. We are going to insist on the right thing. And the right thing is that when you sit there as the chairman of the NDC that has overwhelming majority in parliament because they worked hard, they told the Ghanaian the truth, they made sure the right thing is done, you cannot sit there and be pleading with a micro minority that is foolish. That were given the opportunity to lead and they fumbled and fooled. We don't have time to be wasting time on micro dirty minority. I don't care who they are. What I care about is the taxpayer. So from tomorrow, Mr. Ahiafor, you are not going to sit there and be a preacher. We the taxpayers, we turn on our TV. Every minute that you spend on that seat as the chairman, we are the ones paying you. We cannot do bad business. We want to also, at the end of the day, make profit. If those fools don't want to, at the end of the day, vet, let them go home. At the end of the day, they don't even have the numbers. Do not sit there and say, I am pleading with you. I am pleading with you. And you know, honorable, why are you pleading with Afenyomakin, a pedophile defender? Why are you pleading with him? Why should you plead with Afenyomakin? What can Afenyomakin do to effect? What can he do to affect this nomination or this vetting? He can't do nothing. He can stupidly ask foolish questions. He cannot change anything. So why do you plead with a man who's already in the ditch, a man in the toilet, a man who has no credibility, a group of people who are not willing to help because they were given 8 years to help and they foolishly fool themselves? So why are you pleading with them? Where did you learn that language from? I am pleading with you. I am pleading with you. Oh, you say I don't tell Wahana. Yeah, chichiri mine. Let's stop this childish thing and this me a Christian. I want to please everyone. You cannot please everyone. And that is what you people did from 2012 to 2016 when John Mahama tried to please everyone. Please the country. And it's not only NDC people or MPP people. Please the country. Your service is to the country. So don't sit there and say somebody will think I am rude. Somebody will think NDC is being radical. Have you killed anybody? You want the process to go on. So if you cannot do the job, sit at home. I don't want to channel my energy on you. You are a very decent man. You are a very respectable man. You have proven you want to serve. If you know this particular position is too big for you, stay home. We will get somebody to do the job. Tell them that you are sick. They will get somebody in there to do this job. And if we had somebody who was resolute and strong, this vetting would have been the smoothest vetting. But you have allowed this micro, dirty, filthy incarnates who have been arrogant since they were given power in 2017 till date. You are giving them opportunity and say, please, please. What kind of nonsense please is that? Now, this issue, when it happened in Parliament, 10:30, Ejrim. Mrs. All right, team. And my team is sending me this. This is what my team is sending me. The nonsense must stop, Mr. Ahiafor. If you can't do the job, please stay home. We are not going to entertain this kind of I want to be a pastor thing. I want to please everyone. No, we don't have time for that. Look at this. This is what happened in Parliament today. See, when they vetted Omane Boama, see the nonsense that happened in Parliament. And you want to tell me you're a chairman of the majority? What makes you a chairman of the majority? You are scared. As a chairman of a majority, over 180 MPs behind you, you are scared. Then you don't deserve to lead the NDC. Sit home. Look at this. Vetting of Defense Minister Designate Dr. Edward Omane Boama. Afenyomakin answer Ebusa 110 questions. You, the chairman, you ask 7 questions. Go up there and see the statistics. See the nonsense. See. 4 hours, 26 minutes. Top issues, Ghana Armed Forces issues, land looting, Galamsey fight, officers' welfare, terrorism, performance of NPP government, EC and elections. Then we have questions asked by majority. You, the majority, asked only 21 questions. Only 21 questions. You sit there and call yourself a chairman. Do you think we are cooking here? Do you think it's on festival you are sitting under? Do you think if you want to go and build a church, walk and go and build a church? The micro minority, these are the fools who shot people in 2020. These are the stupid fools who sent Ghana to IMF. These are the stupid idiots who are insulting our mothers. These are the fools who were involved in corruption and dancing Sisifia. These stupid idiots asked 139 questions. How can this be possible? How can this be possible? Under a hard-fought victory, and then you bring a weak man, Ahiafor, a weak man, to sit there and entertain foolishness. Look at the chart. Look at the pie chart. You sit there, Afenyomakin, Obusa 110 questions, 110. Nyansani bakumpum. Cut him off. Some of the questions you need to tell him, Mister, please, this is not relevant to our conversation. Ye won kwase sema jo wise ye. Ye won dia oseche mensa botu kwase dia ofori atabetena ode omo ye. Didn't you see it? You people sit in parliament like mo ya asofo. San kwase asofo die na nya ha na ebedi no. Ye kunipa. En kwase afo we MPP omo kunipa no mote wo. They are murderers. They killed during their time. Into person for dia. Mo free parliament on kodi sofo. Me call the power I am bringing. Munya mo bejai mo constituency me lose elections ni nyina. You have to tell him that Mr. Deputy Speaker, Deputy Chairman, I'm sorry, this question cannot pass. I've overruled it. Joe White kwasi ampenyi where the tise bono epono. Or tena okekan kwasi asem. Stop him. Let him know, please, this is not relevant. Na kwasi we akwakoyi, afenyama kwasi we akwayi Facebook post be now teto waste time. Where's your confidence? If you cannot do this, please walk. We don't have time for this kind of girlish attitude with all due respect to women. You need time for these things again. Oh, Sanyo mane twam mo anwonafo nya position mo pese mo please you bia mo anwonafo mo preposition ho de bia mo preposition ya mo position na mo buofu. Today go to John Mahama's administrative appointment. Anwonafo enya be 60%. He has pleased you people. Still, there's some of you there who are screaming. They give you the job too, then you start to dig around the job. That you have shown the NDC love. The NDC John Mahama has shown Anwonafo love. See the appointment. Every very sensitive sector be John Mahama they are near to. When they give you the job, you can't do it, but you speak a lot. Do the job. If you can't tomorrow, don't come and sit there. You need to exert some force on that thing. You are a chairman, you are not a mate. You are not a grassroots member. You are the chairman of the committee. You have the numbers on your side. Let it show. You are too timid. You are too weak. And these fools are just moving you around. Some of the questions these fools asked did not make sense. You were supposed to write them off. You have disappointed every Ghanaian. Now, some Kwasiafo na komunya 180 majority and come on maybe atna. Some Kwasiafo we and amunya 180 majority and this kind of majority on the vetting committee and come on this for Kwasiafo come on maybe atna. Can you don be mo? Come piemo go abontin se mmoa. Omega sa Anwonafo mmoa. Come ga say entafo mmoa. Omega sa mun Kwasiafo mun free Ghana. When your opportunity to deliver, now mo didn't Kwasiasam so say we want to be nice to everyone. Nice to who? You get people angry. People go out there, sacrifice, decide to vote for you to come and be resolute. You come and you become girls. You want to please everyone. The NPP, you don't please NPP. You don't please NPP unless you are crazy. These animals, you don't please them. These are dangerous group of incarnate. These are dangerous group of from they are dangerous. Give them small space, they will destroy you people. Now, Oliver Assembly see your parliament, you know. Now, the NPP started saying that they have a problem. We should vet Oliver. We should bring Oliver in first before we vet Omane Boama. And then the chairman Ahiafor was sitting there. I'm pleading with you. I am pleading with you. This is the defense minister designate. Do you know how important defense is to us? As a nation, as John Mahama has taken over power, do you know how critical the Minister for Defense designate? Do you know how critical it is for this guy to go through the vetting quickly? Do you know? Oliver has made his allegations. What do? He can come. You have already said as a chairman, he is coming tomorrow. What is more important than vetting the defense minister of Ghana? Designate. What is more important than that? Then you sit there and beg these fools. All because they are saying that, yes, Oliver said the thing. Then that Oliver has done what? Oliver good parliament in Intiyama Oliver Mbran Sana. Ya veti eye omane boama. Now what chairman to walk catch up and say, please, pleading with you. Are you for real? Are you sure you are chairman? Are you sure you know your position? You were supposed to tell them, nothing is more important to me today, to Ghanaian today, than our defense. This gentleman has to be vetted today because he needs to get to office. That is what you do, or you don't know your job. And I do now we are on tears here because we have to bring Oliver Okakan and Kwasi Asam. Oliver's conversation took over because Kwasi Afobi said, "Our parliament has been disgraced." Yes, That is why the chairman said that tomorrow Oliver will come and speak. I was so disappointed you were sitting there pleading with them. You as a chairman, you tell your committee members, I am sorry, I've made a pronouncement, but I believe the taxpayer is watching us. Every single minute counts. As I sit here and I speak, they are paying us. The defense minister designate's position is very sensitive, and I believe that we need to start the vetting now. That is what men say. No, we want to rise and go waste our money unnecessarily. Every foolish thing, let us go for a recess. Let us go and you are going to think with who? You have the numbers. Who are you going to think with? Power. Power, and they lost miserably because of the level and depth of their foolishness. It's when Jimmy for Jimmy Boom. The people said majority. Because who cares about them? So then they started speaking. Oh, we have to make sure now. TMP for listen to them. These crooks.
I've served on this committee for more than 2 terms, and I must say that I'm highly affected by the accusations and the perception out there that we have been found to be taking monies from nominees before approving their nomination. And I think I must say that I'm seriously hurt by this continuous occurrence of such accusations. And as a group, the minority, I feel that in order to protest and purge ourselves of this accusation, it is very important that we call over the vetting now. Because for the simple reason that members of this committee for this particular term are not just any group of people. Most of us are the leadership of the party, of the parliament, and it is very important that we purge ourselves of that accusation before.
Hear this. Yes, friend, Madam PJ, on an parliament, MPP in Kwasi Adom Yenina or Yedibi, Unimza. She has been in parliament for over 20 years. In Kwasi Adom MPP passing in not parliament, Today she's so disappointed. The accusation, we need to purge ourselves. Chairman is watching a purge. Chairman say, shut up, tomorrow we will purge ourselves. Why are you disappointed? Into the delay defense ministers and the minister and the veteran. No. Look at these people, they have no principles. They do politics with everything. Oh yeah, oh yeah, for such a very honorable woman. Diabolic mind. Na adwinimuno. Yen say bibia. Mama yen veti omane bo amade delay no. Na wabetena hono no akwa punch agiska. Every single minute or two, I watch makeup or the gold bar to no. Every minute be a tuanica or catch us a yen to shada. Because ye Jimmy taxpayer and a chrome and a reaction and on akobonity 10,000 Ghana and an emagua bruchi and we front to my affair and what can and we chin in Nimabetan say ye Jimmy yen postpone or Chinanians and tuanica. You just don't understand these people. You just don't understand them. Morally, you sometimes you ask yourselves, now more I buy a 2 minute moji and more the yading. This is an MPP woman. They are called so e-levy, COVID-19 tax. Ninja original parliament can say engine tum. And she is very hurt because Oliver can say minti yenjai BBA and yen yani Oliver can say we are Oliver wine. Who the hell is Oliver? So we should stop everything. Why shakasok when you futata when you say at your age, what you would nim can say a Ghana most beautiful. I bet now say you are hurt. Into yenjai. So the taxpayer will still be paying you. Not defense minister designate no. Ya man in coffee. Ya mom in coffee. Adenta, yes, so be a can send me purge Parliament. It is not my job to purge Parliament. It is Parliament's job to purge Parliament. And the chairman said, tomorrow we will get to the bottom of it. So what's your problem? Diabolic ideas. Agri-bonny. That's why I say you don't treat the NPP as a group ready to serve. These are diabolic people. Sanko for more opportunity. Now Muntia Kromfo.
We care, but I also want to ask you a question. The first allegation was directed at your side, majority side, and then the chair was robbed in. Is it the case that you don't care about your reputation? But don't forget, this is an institution. Parliament has been impugned. We don't even have a basis to sit here. You are told you are corrupt. You've been taking money from nominees before you sit, before you approve. And then shamelessly you still come and sit. Oh yes, I'm speaking in context. You still come and sit.
Honorable member, please withdraw the word shamelessly and proceed.
Well,
withdraw. Please withdraw.
I said in a certain context, but if it's a case that is offensive, it's withdrawn. You have been accused. You are being discussed in the media as taking bribe. And you don't find it offensive, and you say that we should forgive. We won't get to the bottom of it. We should still come and sit here and behave as the ostrich. Nothing is happening, and we go ahead. We in the minority side will not support you to do this. We won't inflict further pains on Parliament. We have suffered.
See this silly boy. He's not even an MP yet. His seat still has some contention on it. See this silly boy. Now Pempemu pa and was sprinting at his age. See this silly boy. Silly boy. Speaks anyhow. Like they feel so entitled at his age. Na pempe mu pa. And na we shape for hono we spray fin and so tokro di dem at his age. Such a silly boy. They feel so entitled. We have to listen to them. Because yeah, MPP for a minority. When these people got opportunity, Jimmy. See this silly boy. See him. See how he's exhibited the highest form of silliness. See this silly boy. And he wants to prove like he's intelligent. Such a silly boy. Can I pimp him? At your age, you are pimp him up. And now this prayer found.
We care, but I also want to ask you a question. The first allegation was directed at your side, majority side, and then the chair was robbed in. Is it the case that you don't care about your...
They can't take care of themselves. They want to take care of Ghana. These people cannot even take care of themselves. Such a silly boy. So if somebody has leveled allegations against Parliament and Parliament has a duty to perform, we should stop everything and wait for that allegation at the end of the day to be heard before Parliament works. These are the same people who keep telling us, oh, NDC is stopping government business. These are silly boys. Silly boy. In Sawam, if we wanted to go down and see the things you did, your people shooting somebody to kill that person, do you think you will be sitting in Parliament today? But even though we know your people and you yourself were involved in a crime, that somebody was shot at your constituency, which investigation is ongoing because it's an allegation, we cannot say that because of that nobody should represent in Sawam. And silliness. Such a silly boy making silly statement out of silly group. And the silliness that attached to that silliness attached to his silliness is so sillinessness. Umbro Faba. Such a silly character. The silliness, the silliness in his sillinessness, it does not even make sense. Such a silly character. Silly boy. And we entertain these things. Now, I'm sure I did. Ahiafor the chairman of the committee. When Joe Wise was the chairman, time and MPP were power at the committee. Yeah, when they were vetting and this MPP time, okay.
The rules, or else I'll go past you and call other people. Mr. Chairman, I think that I have to make it clear that I am not happy with the way that I am treated on this committee. Mr. Chairman, I want it on record that I never impugned ill motives to the nominee. I simply referred to scandals and sought to find out how he left the bank, so we assure ourselves that he had no role in those scandals because a vice president was held responsible and he also left as vice president. I never impugn ill motive. I never accuse him, and I would like that to be on record that I am not happy about the way you have treated me on this committee.
Honorable Suhini, you're not ready to ask the question. I'll move on
to my next question.
No, I've ruled you out. I'm asking another person to.
What kind of rudeness is this?
Honorable Cabo.
What kind of rudeness is this?
Honorable Cabo.
You see, this is when they were, they were in power. Ahiafor and Amoye, please let me plead with you. Ahiafor, if you cannot do the job, walk home. I just have what say. Sala cap etitwo ne nim se moko what in kwase na oka somebody's asking questions Joe Wise when was HMS abonsu omo mu fia so mo hye canopy we yase hwe omo ho o say HMS Joe Wise na koma nye ye the pacemaker hye ho $500,000 parliament sika na etam de ma kwase ampanyi we and obeka cho so papa mobra now what better now say I'm pleading with you. You're pleading with who? Did you hear Joe Wise? He cut him off. Munya tumi ala mu didi nkwasi asem NDC fo na mo pese mu please your hini bia mo pese mu please your hima bia mo pese mu please sofu bia na yase san kwasi asem na de chechire man. Sometimes you need to be crazy to get what you want. Ain't I here for? Tomorrow you'll be watching you. That thing must stop. These are they are insignificant. Omo yanchine kuran koma yirem. This minority, they are insignificant. Omo yanchine koma yirem. We don't need to hear from them. These should be taped. These people, their mouths should be taped for Ghanaians to listen to the NDC. Oh, Jimmy, today you are sitting there pleading with them, and it's not like we have a hung parliament. We have a minority that is supposed to stay home and babysit their girlfriends' children. We have a minority who are supposed to be sitting at home and babysitting people's kids. These are twerps who don't have any relevance to our political discourse now, our governance system now. They don't play any role. So why do you give them the opportunity to misbehave sillinessly? Because Annor Dompreh he was using shamelessly. And Obikajan says silly or the Parliament acquire report or in his statement in front of Parliament, in front of his colleagues, he was telling his colleagues that they are shameless. But somebody just told this silly drunk that you are silly. Not the Mikako Parliament. Mr. No Akwejina Parliament. That's what he was saying in Parliament today.
A lady I have never met in my life. Only later to be told she's called Victoria Mfa Hardcastle, who is the acting chief executive officer for the Petroleum Commission. Speaker, I didn't say a word to her. I didn't provoke her in any way. Suddenly, insults were being hurled at me. Silly, stupid, useless. At a point, I thought they were referring to somebody. I turned. Well, if you doubt it, listen to me. When I'm done, the video is all over social media. Speaker, I felt abused.
Please address me.
Speaker, with the greatest of respect, I felt very abused. And there I felt, how can a man be killed in his own backyard? Even if there should be any crucifixion, the crucifixion should not be done in my own house.
You hear the nonsense going on in Ghana. On what in a parliament committee, you can say NDC forum to me is shameless. Somebody tells him he's a silly boy. Or the Mikako Parliament, Wakoshe a Vietnam suit to be iron and nice and antabig, you know, say on TSC. Somebody has spoken to him that he's silly. You see how foolish these people are. You don't engage such idiots. Yeah? Mamencho, how foolish the NPP is. And why Ahiafor? And your NDC for na munim to be handle power. NDC for na mumubi. You think power is easy? Do you know how you got this power? You have no idea. You people have no idea how you got this power. 99% of you MPs in parliament, muni idea. You have no idea. Muni an iota of idea how you got to parliament. 99% of you, the NDC MPs, you don't have an idea. So do not. Mama Nyama Hajini said you are going to try and treat this as a normal thing. Don't. If God had not given way, kamunya power way da. It is only Allah and otine ni muchiremo. Ayo nyankopon the tine ni and things empire ni pebi o makoma to from eboma echiro nyankopon otine ni muchiremo. Kamunya power da. And so you people get the power. Now, Mumubi Mujin say it is just yaba parliament. You think it's easy? Munkobu se Kufuado. Have you seen a Kufuado? When you go see Huno, when maybe all. Do you think it's easy? But just at the form sana. Do not underestimate what you have today. Muma nyankopo hu se munim nyansa. Na man kutadi odiama muye ojia you never have it again. This Annor Dompreh kwasi ampenyi we. Remember the story. Do you remember the story? Annor Dompreh ekache Mahama say he's a curse on Ghana. Kwasi awi amfen Annor Dompreh and the original parliament so bia catching so silly. He was told to apologize or say apologize that. Annor Dompreh kwasi ampenyi we. Na mo tete Ghana na ana mo say ana mo MPP for na ana mo say nyina ye Jimmy Ohun such a ma wontumi ni abronya mo. Annor Dompreh kache John Mahama who was an ex-president. Obra John Mahama bo Annor Dompreh kwasi ampenyi ombo mu half one ma kura wo a onje Annor Dompreh kwasi awe. Annor Dompreh Obra John Mahama bo na brabom Annor Dompreh mbo mu kota. Kwasi awe kache Ghana for say on the stage say John Mahama is a curse. Amanfoka said this is too strong. Apologize. Kwasi ampenyi na pempe metutu akọ spray na pempe say onye Annor Dompreh or say he's not going to apologize. This fool akwawe. People told him, I'm sorry, where is this I don't know where this audio is coming from. Yeah. People told this guy that apologize for your statement. Or see yeah, for telling Ghanaians to vote for John Mahama. John Mahama will be a curse on this nation. Kwasi Atoko Jira Parliament says, Speaker, even the lady apologized after that altercation with him. Or say apology is not enough. Or apology is not enough. The lady told you are just silly. And the lady being a lady came back to you and said, I'm sorry. We were all angry. Things were not done right. So we were all speaking. So I'm sorry. Kwasi ampenyi wako Parliament say the apology is not enough. Abuofunu ema onu omukwo wo so aponche emana wanje no utu ko pa. And this fool who refused to even apologize to John Mahama after saying those things today is in Parliament fooling himself. Osemeti ami muade. Make sure reason tia me di obi atem. Such a silly character. Your silliness is out of salinity. Such as a silly raccoon. You act like a silly boy and you have shown it. Who did Mikako Parliament? Do you people respect Parliament? Do you now respect Alban Bagman? You idiots followed Afenyomakin to Supreme Court. Alban Bagwe was sitting there. Namu refused to opinion. Kwasiafor. Twerps. Silly characters. You are a silly boy, foolishly exhibiting silliness in public to sillify your solidity. Yes. You have concretized your silliness. Now Alban Bagwe. Who say penini wo fie? I bet me take a decision amount. I bet me make sure say the right thing is done. And I'm going to kwasiasa like Supreme Court, you know. You people, you forget yourselves easily. Anytime I catch NDC for, nobody hates NDC in Ghana. We are all brothers and sisters. We need to build, but we cannot build with foolish people. So the NPP, whatever they bring on board does not matter. They are too stupid to be part to build a nation. No, Jimmy, because at least you have more opportunity in Jimmy here. And Ahiafor cannot reason with a Jimmy 4. So do not give them the room to exhibit their silliness. These are silly people. Such a silly boy.
Dedi kama mamena PENDREAM TV ase. Now so far so good. Say open online portal e wo Ghana. Nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV. I see say a lot of people are moving from the traditional media to the social media. And PENDREAM, you are setting the pace because you bring the issues as they are. And the focus on those are the issues. And then Unipa are not ready for just ordinary endorsement. But people want to hear the issues. What are the issues? What are the possible solutions? So for me, I'm endorsing PENDREAM TV. And I'm recommending say Obi Biana who feels traditional media and why you're bored with it, I'm gonna live up to expectation. Your next last stop PENDREAM TV.